Welcome, one and all, to the penultimate episode of the Character Highlight Reel. We're on the home stretch, folks, and for today's penultimate installment, we will be covering the blue blur himself, Sonic. Sonic the motherfucking Hedgehog. Now, if I'm honest, I'm not as big of a Sonic fan as everyone else is. I'm more of a Mario guy than I am a Sonic guy. Though I have to give Sonic credit where it's due. He's had a lot of spotlight moments in the series, as well as some negative moments, if you will. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road as we cover the blue blur himself. Buckle up, folks. Sonic is an extremely confident individual who lives for adventure and going as fast as he can. He is a born risk taker, not always in favor of following the rules. Be that as it may, he has a firm conviction of justice and a desire to see Dr. Eggman and all others like him stopped. If Sonic has a flaw besides recklessness and a certain disregard to authority, it's that he tends to take too much upon himself, much like his friend Mighty. He also enjoys somewhat antagonistic friendships with both Knuckles and Antoine. While not the smartest of the freedom fighters, Sonic is clever and sometimes deduces things that other people do not. And he is skilled at coming up with plans, foiling schemes, or busting his friends out of a situation. He also trained Tails to be a freedom fighter at one point. Sonic is said to be like the wind, a drifter that is always on the move and is noted for being free-spirited and adventurous. He values freedom above all else and strives to live his life according to his own rules rather than the standards of those around him, or for the sake of heroism and duty, never thinking twice about what other people say or think. Born to run, Sonic enjoys nothing more than traveling the world. Endowed with a strong passion for enjoying life, he is never in one place for long and enjoys moving forward to look for his next challenge, making his life a never-ending series of adventures. Because of this need for freedom, Sonic loathes the idea of being constrained, and being cooped up for too long makes him twitchy and restless. Sonic has a lot of self-confidence and possesses an enormous ego to match it, making him sassy, quick-witted, cocky, and at times overconfident. No matter the threat, Sonic always remains cool under pressure. When it comes to voice actors for the Blue Blur, we have quite a few to talk about here. For the games, we have Ryan Drummond, Jason Griffith, and his curved VA in the games, Roger Craig Smith, who shockingly was in Planes of all movies as Rip Slinger! Hell, he was even in the Disney Infinity series as Captain America of all characters. And he was even in The Owl House and Regular Show for some reason. Isn't it odd that him of all actors would do these things? But hey, any acknowledgement of Sonic's curved VA is down in my book. And for the Sonic movie series, they have Ben Schwartz voicing him, who interestingly was the voice of Skidmark in Turbo, and is a part of the DuckTales reboot. Listening to all of these game VAs back to back, it was kind of interesting hearing a different take on Sonic. Though, I do think Smith is the best game voice for Sonic. As for Ben Schwartz, my god! He absolutely kills it as Sonic. We first heard his voice in that first teaser trailer for the first movie with that ugly as fuck original design for Sonic. We all thought, why is Schwartz doing Sonic again? But after the backlash from the fanbase over Sonic's design in that teaser trailer, Paramount actually listened to the backlash, and the movie ended up getting pushed until Valentine's Day 2020. And from that point on, Ben's performance as Sonic reached its peak. I'm very excited to see what he has in store for the Blue Blur in the upcoming third movie. Now, like I said before, I have never in my life played any of the Sonic games. I've only played a little bit of the very first Sonic game from the 90s, but aside from that, that's about it. So I had to go off the cutscenes from the modern games to get a picture of what Sonic's best and worst moments are. But I didn't have time to. So I had to go with one scene from the second movie. And it's where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles team up to defeat Eggman, which all leads to Sonic becoming Super Sonic. What a battle. The second movie is just great in general. For Sonic's low points, I had to go with the obvious pick and choose Sonic Forces. The story itself is just so convoluted, and Sonic is just handled so odd in this game. As all over the place Magic Railroad's plot was, at least it was easier to follow and get a good idea of what's going on. I just don't understand this game. It's just so baffling to me, and I never intend on playing it. Sorry, Sonic Forces fans. Like I said earlier, I'm more of a Mario fan than I am a Sonic fan, but I will give the Blue Blur this. From what I can tell from the gameplay I've seen, at least it looks far easier than whatever the flying fuck you have to do in Crash Bandicoot. Though, despite the movie series being a separate canon from the games, it's where Sonic shines the most. And that all comes down to the brilliant voice performance from Ben Schwartz. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the Blue Blur has to offer for his next adventure. And thus concludes the penultimate episode of the Character Highlight Reel. Tomorrow's episode is the big one. It is the final episode of this 15 episode long series. And what better way to end it with the characters that I've been looking forward to covering in this series. In tomorrow's episode, I will finally be covering Luz and Amity. You have no idea how long I've waited to cover these guys. I put a lot of effort into making this finale the best it can be. So I hope you Lumity fans are ready for what's coming. If you guys enjoy my retrospective on the Blue Blur himself, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on all the content that goes up on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all for the final episode of the Character Highlight Reel. Bye guys.